Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Couch of the Dead. Hot, and I mean hot, off the presses. We just got back from the theater, and today we are going to review, just for you, the brand new movie, Backrooms.
Hi, I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Matt.
We are two die-hard horror movie fans who want to share our love of spooky cinema with you.
So please, if you dare, join us on the Couch of the Dead.
And
We're back.
we're back.
And for all you unlucky people that just had to listen to us, you just missed me miming our intro. It was pretty sweet. So, again, welcome back to the Couch of the Dead. We went to the movie theater.
Yeah, just
and,
now.
literally just got back. We got to review this one while it's still fresh in my head because we had a very traumatic day today.
It wasn't a traumatic day.
We bought a new car, and we're at the car dealership for 6 hours. But we want to thank a guy for getting us through it today. Sean from
Hazelton
Mazda. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Sean. We were telling him about the podcast. He seemed excited. He followed us right away. So hopefully you hear this, Sean. Shout out. And if you need a car, go up there because I felt like I may have been in purgatory. And Sean helped us through it. He's a good dude.
He did. He was great. We exchanged fun stories all day long. So it was
All day long.
It was fun
All
hanging out
day
with you,
long.
Sean. Thank
But
you.
he was a good dude. We definitely had fun with Sean.
Yeah.
So before we get into the
Ooh.
absolute mind fuck that is this movie,
What is the creepy cocktail of the day? So, I'm not proud to say this. I am drinking White Claw.
what's wrong with White Claw?
Nothing is wrong with White Claw. If you like White Claw, hey, I like it too. It's just not a heavy drink for us for tonight.
It's late for us, and we
It
have
is Friday.
We have a lot to do. Usually we do it on Saturday nights, but we're doing this one on a Friday night.
And we have a busy day tomorrow.
And it's according to my watch, it's 7:30 on a Friday night, and what kind of psychopath is up that late?
Yeah, it is way past his bedtime.
Way past my bedtime.
We gotta wake up early. We got a long day tomorrow too. So, White Claw is what I'm drinking. What about you?
I am drinking from this company called Balaton. I've been drinking a lot of their stuff lately. This is chocolate cherry vodka. I think that's what it is. It's really good. And they make like some chocolate mocha and chocolate peanut butter vodka. Really good. Goes down way too smooth some nights.
And we need it because this movie was... Wow. You might get conflicting opinions.
Well,
from us.
and that's what's good because the podcast is boring if we both agree on everything all the time. I don't think we're going to have huge disagreements. Just some... And my watch is talking to me. My watch is talking to me.
I'm not sure I understand.
My watch does not. My watch don't understand me, man.
No.
And that's its job to understand me.
No. So Backrooms. First, before we get into this, I have to say I am loving the young directors. Obsession was directed by Curry Barker, and as you know, he is a very young director, full of... His future is very bright.
Full of piss and vinegar.
And this dude here, his name is Kane Parsons. He is, from what I understood, 19 years old.
Damn kids.
I can't tell you what I was doing at 19 because it's a blur.
Because you were probably too trash to remember.
It's a blur. It's a blur. But
I was a good kid.
kudos to this kid. Him and Curry are rumored to be working together on something. So I'm so pumped. I'm so excited.
It's going to be called Obsessed with the Backrooms.
Backrooms obsession.
Well, that was a videotape I had in the 90s. Oh, shit. That was Backdoor Obsession. I'm sorry,
Oh,
guys.
God. Again, we're not getting monetized anywhere with this kind of content.
Speaking of monetized,
Oh,
we did make our first 50 cents.
yes,
So
on TikTok.
Technically, you guys are now listening to
Professional
podcasters.
podcasters.
Just so you know, we've kicked it up a notch.
Yeah. So anyway, director is...
We're gonna save those 2 quarters and frame them in case we become famous one day.
Sure.
So yes, this movie was directed by Kane Parsons, and here we go, because I think it is a conspiracy in Hollywood against the Couch of the Dead to cast actors and actresses who have names that I couldn't fucking pronounce if I tried. We're gonna try. So this movie is starring Chiwetel Ejiofor
Oh, God.
as Clark, or as I want to call him, Timu Don Cheadle. We have Renate Reinso as Mary, or as I like to call her, Timu Dakota Johnson. This isn't a bad thing. They just reminded me of Don Cheadle and Dakota Johnson. Like really. Mm-hmm. But thank you, Mark Duplass, for being in this movie so somebody in it has a name that I can freaking pronounce. Thank you. Mark Duplass of Creep fame.
Yes, big fan of Mark Duplass. He's a great actor, director, filmmaker. Love him.
So, just a real quick synopsis before we get into our first impressions, because I think people should know. This movie is based off of Parsons' web series inspired by the Backrooms Creepypasta. I did not know this, so I don't think you did either.
I had a feeling because my daughter has talked about Backrooms for a few years, and when there was a rumor of this movie, she made me watch it.
Yeah, well, I could have been let in on the information because I watched this movie like totally blind, and I think you can.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, it stands alone.
You were blind?
You don't really need to. Yeah, I was blind because of all the time I spent in the car dealership today. So anyway, what were your first impressions of this movie?
I was honestly blown away. The artistic view, the artistic directing was out of anything that I've seen in a very, very long time. I think it just messes with your brain in such a fun... It was such a fun way. It was... I'm speechless. I think it was amazing, and I can't wait to watch it again and try to pick it apart again. There was times that it didn't make sense, and I loved it for it. So the ending didn't make sense, and I loved it. Yeah, that's
Okay, then. You're like, I have no idea what to think of this movie, but I loved it.
No, I have lots of feelings, lots of thoughts. It was like if you have ever had an acid trip, which I have never, and yeah, it felt like that. There's just no other way to put it.
Oh, so my first impressions of this movie. My initial knee-jerk reaction when I got up out of my seat and walked out was, what the fuck was that all about? Like, what was the point? After ruminating on it a little bit, thinking about it, letting it kind of sink in, I think... Oh, I'm going to catch all kinds of shit for this. I think it was a very unique premise. I think I like an ambiguous ending. I just felt like not that much really happened. Um, but I did enjoy the movie. I will say that. I did enjoy it, but I didn't know what to expect, and I watched it, and I still don't know what to expect. Yeah. So,
All right.
yeah,
I
so
think we're ready.
so I think with all that being said, we're going to do our best attempt to spoil this bitch for you. Spoilers.
So, we will make our best to get through. This is a very
Well, I was thinking as we were watching the movie that it's not going to be hard to explain to people what happened. It's going to be hard to describe to people what it looked like. Because it's a very visual movie. Like,
very.
you have to see it.
Yeah.
I can tell you about it. We can describe it to you. But you have to see it to really get it. Unlike Undertone, there was a very auditory movie. This is a very visual movie.
Yes, I was thinking just that. So yeah, really, really simple. It stars just well, actually, the epilogue of it, the first
Prologue.
maybe.
That's a prologue.
Oh, so the prologue.
The thing that happened before the beginning of the middle.
So this movie opens up with a what it looks like a videotape,
Like a camcorder.
recorder, recording, or I guess point of view.
If you're old,
first person view,
you will get a lot of stuff in this movie. If you're young, most of it is going to be like, why is it
No.
so grainy? What's that? What's that tape looking thing?
No,
What's that disc?
no, they're
Damn
not
kids.
dumb. So in this first person view, and it kind of wants to mimic like a found footage type of scene. So we see someone stuck in the back rooms, and the back rooms is, as you have seen probably in the pictures or in the trailer, is just like a very open building, inside of a building with yellow boring walls.
Yeah, and if you haven't, it's like a gigantic empty office space.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best
With a
way
lot
to
of
put it.
overhead
is
lights,
drop ceilings, overhead lights. It's like empty office space.
Yeah, and he seems to be running away from something or someone, and he gets through a couple of rooms until finally a bigger area with some equipment that look like
some audio equipment, a cassette tape, a CD-ROM,
floppy disks, and he's trying to. We can see that the person is in a yellow hazmat suit, and he's gets to some sort of microphone right next to the devices, and he's trying to call out for help. Guys.
He's saying he got separated, and at one point you can see a flash where it looks like he's wearing a hazmat suit.
I just literally said that.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Anyway, so then he's calling out for help because he's
calling out around the world. Are you ready for a brand new beat?
Oh God. And then what we see is something came towards the camera that he's holding.
Quick flash of
it was very fast.
Bipedal humanoid thing.
You can't really make out what it is. Another reason why I want to watch it at home and pause it.
And for the subtitles.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So then we cut. Oh, and there is a date. It was June 9, 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we know it's in the 90s.
So we leave that scene and we go to presumably a mother and a daughter, and they're putting their handprint in some new concrete. And one of the really cool visuals then is we see debris falling down on top of them, and it flashes forward in time to now the daughter is fully grown, and
Watching.
we see the handprints in the concrete in the walkway of a house, and it's you kind of get the sense that it's her childhood home that's being demolished, and that was her and her mom,
And it's just her just watching.
yes. And this is Mary.
This is Mary.
Mary is
A therapist?
A therapist. And but before we really delve into her, we meet Clark. So we meet Clark as Timu Don Cheadle, and now he did a really good job in this movie.
He did.
All joking aside, Clark is a furniture store owner.
We say failure furniture store.
Clark, we learn that it's Clark works in this discount. It's not even like a high-end furniture. No. It's like a discount furniture, and they make these wacky commercials. And
well, it's called Captain Clark and Ottoman.
The Ottoman Empire.
So
yeah.
he's the owner, but he's also the character of a pirate,
and he does this
or a captain.
He does
whatever.
These wacky commercials dressed up like a pirate.
Yeah,
where he's like, "Arr, come on down and get your great deals, matey." You know, and he's hopping around on a fake wooden leg, and it's very demeaning. You could tell he doesn't like doing it.
No.
But we also do see in the beginning when he's in his office, we see him with some past due bills and stuff. So we know that he's hurting. Like nobody's coming in to this store. And he has his assistant manager, Kat, and her boyfriend helping videotape these commercials. And he's like, okay, you can open the store now. And she's like, it is open. So it's not doing very well.
No.
So.
And at some point, and we can jump around because there's really, no timeline here. But at some point, we do see Clark sleeps inside of the furniture store in one of the beds. So he obviously is hurting.
And we find out why, because now Clark and Mary's stories intertwine, and Clark is at a session with Mary, and Clark is recently separated at least. And
after his wife had kicked him out.
Yep, and they do this little role-playing game where Mary is going to be Clark's wife,
Barbara,
and Clark is going to be Timu Don Cheadle. And so they go through this whole role-playing game, because this comes back later in the movie, where they replay the night that she kicked him out, and he came home, he had a long day, he was drinking, which is an issue. He's got a bit of a problem. And he breaks a glass, wakes her up, she comes down, and this gigantic argument ensues.
Yes.
And
she kicks him out.
But
not before.
Well, he basically tells her, like, I'm working,
so that you can go to school.
Yep, I wanted to be an engineer, but I got to do this furniture business to pay the bills.
Architect.
because you don't do nothing around here.
And get your fat ass.
And get your fat ass. Like he really laid into her.
Yes.
So she kicked him out. And one of the issues now in the furniture store is flickering electricity. And Clark being now this is a little aside, me being a maintenance guy, the electrician comes in, the handyman, and I'm sitting there in his mind going, okay, what could be wrong with the electric? Let's figure this out. So they go down to the breaker box, and they just see this random set of red breakers, like on the bottom, diagonally.
Not even.
Just like not where they're supposed to be in a breaker box. And all of a sudden it's, well, what are these here for? And when you think about it, it
is part of.
Yeah, but it wasn't explored very much.
Well.
So
But
we don't know where
know.
these breakers go to.
No, but he did at some point just he turns them all off. This is the night that we see him sleeping. And again, we are kind of jumping all around. Uh, we'll talk about some of the clip scenes because none of them are really in order anyway. But it is when he turns off all of the breakers that when he's walking away and everything is dark.
Well, in the middle of the night because he's sleeping in his store. He was
trying to sleep. He sees a thin light.
Like a thin slit of a light, like almost through the wall.
Through the wall, which is not possible because the wall is
so we're through
flat.
Our setup basically now.
Yes.
And now our wackiness is ensuing.
Oh God.
I had to get it
Here we go.
I had to get in the wackiness.
Here we go. So, and again, we're not going blow by blow, but he gets really close to the wall because he sees the light coming through, and he kind of goes to touch the wall, but instead he kind of falls into.
Yeah, he goes to put pressure on the wall and lean up against it and just falls through the wall.
Falls right through, and this is where
right into the back door.
The back room, the back rooms are, and so.
And just like the back door, it's ever changing.
Yeah.
All kinds of jumps piled up in there.
The first thing he sees is obviously a big inside open space with walls all around, and there's a big pile of furniture that seems to be fused in somehow in the middle of the room. So when he goes and investigates, there's a chair, two chairs fused together. One is upside down, leaning on the other one, and he goes to try to pull them apart, and then they're all together. The whole thing is together.
And there's another room with a corridor that has a backward stop sign.
Oh yeah, pots.
Yeah, and so
there's just things that are not.
Clark is now the first thing I'm thinking is he starts exploring,
right?
And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like, aren't you afraid you're gonna get lost?
So, and to give you a little bit of visual thinking, a visual image, it goes from one room to another. None of the rooms make sense. There's corridors and hallways, and they lead to more of the same. So it's really like a puzzle, like a maze.
Yeah, and he hears a sound, and we hear like several different languages being spoken, and you see a silhouette of something in a hallway, and it's a cardboard cutout with a like tape recorder almost in it, playing these different languages, and the only thing I thought of was like it's Aborigine Jesus, because it looks like a dude that looks the way that you think Jesus looks, and he's got like a no shirt and a grass skirt. He did.
Okay.
He did. And I'm like, he looked like a Hawaiian surfer Aborigine Jesus.
Okay. Sounds.
I think, you know what, if you see this movie, maybe she can put up a picture of it if she can find it. You're going to agree with me. Let us know in the comments if you agree with me or you think she's dumb.
They're not going to say that. You better not say that.
She's not dumb, but she doesn't disagree, and I think that's a really good description.
Okay. So he investigates, and he goes all around until he hears movement. He does hear first steps, and then eventually he sees like a
thudding steps.
Yeah, like really loud, like scary loud.
You can tell it's something not good.
And so at this point, he kind of retraces his steps, tries to find the way back, and he does. This is when...
Well, he finds his way back rather quickly. He does find the duffel bag of the person also from our prologue. And the first thing I started thinking of, and I said to her in the theater, was, okay, when is this taking place?
Yeah.
like what year. Well, we find out it's still
It's
1990.
still, yes.
There's some hints, especially like the TV he was watching,
Yeah.
you know, and the remote. You
Yeah.
said something about the remote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, yeah, he runs from this thing and finds his way, just happens to find his way out.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, let's talk about Mary because we get off a few clips here and there that kind of lets you know that even though she's a therapist, she is still kind of dealing with her traumatic childhood, and they don't explain much, but
Well, her mom had, I'm thinking, schizophrenia.
yeah, she was paranoia, schizophrenia.
Yeah, and Mary grew up in a home where mom did not want to go outside, didn't let Mary go outside, had newspapers all over the
Taped all over.
windows, and a really obviously unhealthy, traumatic environment.
Until at some point, I guess little Mary gets rescued, and we see mom in a
She
hospital.
gets put in a facility, yeah.
Now, one thing I noticed throughout is that every set that it shows in this movie, it was very what they call liminal, I guess, which is very minimalistic, very
There was a lot of forced perspective.
yes.
We're not like foofy filmmaker people, but forced perspective of something looks big from a certain thing, and as you get close to it, it narrows down. The door gets tiny.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
really tough to describe, and some of these rooms had things in them, like pieces of furniture, shoes, stuff that were like half in the wall,
or
and
on the
half out,
or on the floor.
or on the floor.
Yeah. The furniture was half in the wall, some other times in the middle and like between floors, things like that. And they show glimpses of little Mary's childhood home, and this comes into play later. But right now, let's get back to Clark because he goes to talk to Mary.
He goes back for his next session with Mary, which she thinks probably about a week later.
Yeah,
It
it sounds like it.
and tells her all about the Backrooms, and she's kind of skeptical. And he has a map that he's drawn out, and you could tell at this point he's become obsessed with trying to map it out and going in there all the time. And this is the only, because this happens again with Mary later, this is the only thing about this movie where I was like, wouldn't you call somebody else? Like, if I walk through a wall, into another room that had all this stuff in there, make a phone call. I'd be like, hey, bring everything you got. Like, somebody else has got to see this.
Yeah.
I can't keep this to myself.
Yeah.
Like, nobody is going to believe me.
Yeah, and somehow he is really trying for the therapist to understand and believe him, but he's not really sounding or looking very sane at the same time. And she has already had this traumatic experience with her own mother, so I'm thinking that a lot of that was triggering to her because he is sounding and looking very paranoid, and it's probably what she went through with her own mother.
Well, and she does make the comment of, are you drinking? And he goes, I haven't had anything in a couple days. And she's like, well, maybe that's why you're seeing shit, because you're detoxing.
Yeah.
You got the DTs going on there. You got the green apple splatters.
He basically storms out of there and says that he's gonna get proof for her.
Yeah, I'll prove it to you.
And he leaves.
He could just say, you know what, you want to come with me.
Yeah.
But then again, the way he was acting, she probably wouldn't have come with him anyway, you know.
So next thing he does is he gets his assistant from the store, Kat.
Yep, Kat and her boyfriend, Bobby. And Bobby's like a stoner.
But he has a camera. So he figures maybe this is the way to get some sort of proof by videotaping the backrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't really explain to them what he wants to do. So Kat is a little apprehensive about it, and I would too. I will be too, because he's acting a little weird and funky.
She never got her overtime, by the way. He said he was going to pay her overtime. Yeah. She never got paid.
She never did. We will tell you why later. But in the meantime, they go into the back rooms, and the boyfriend is like mesmerized by it, and Kat is not
he's
so
like,
much.
Whoa, dude. Well,
we went through the wall.
Well, because he's standing there, and this is in the basement of his. I don't know if we mentioned that this is in the basement. I think we did, of his furniture store, and he's got tape, like blue painter's tape. In the shape of a doorway. Yes. And he's like, yeah, just go through the door. And Kat's like, bitch, you be tripping.
Yeah, there's no door there.
He just went, okay, well, whoop, walked through the wall. And she's like, holy fuck. So they go through and follow him. And she's like, did he like drug us? Or...
Right.
Yeah, she makes that thing. Like, she's still
that was a funny thing, because the boyfriend is, no, I would know if I was high. And she said, you were high earlier.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, pot don't count.
Yeah, pot don't count. So they are now the three of them are in the back rooms, and I am thinking, oh, well, at least he's not alone, so yay. But Clark wants to put a rope around the boyfriend, because he wants to lower him down this.
Well, there's a sloped corridor that goes down to an opening. Mm-hmm. So he's basically going to tie off and let him go down there.
With the camera.
Yeah, and when Bobby gets down there, it's a much dingier part. Mm-hmm. And there's mounds of clothing. And one of the things that is down there is a T-shirt. That's the same T-shirt that Bobby was wearing earlier in the movie when we first meet him, when he's videotaping the commercial that Clark was doing. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a nice little visual, but it really didn't.
Well, it does goes with it, but eventually, he has the rope, and the other two are up, and Bobby sees like a glimpse of a creature. And we don't really get to see, but he tries to storm out of there and tries to climb up the slope thing. And this is when he's asking them to hurry up and get him up. They finally do. But when he gets up...
and again, another thing too. Like, if I was the dude roped off and I saw any part of that rope laying down that corridor, and I thought there was a creature chasing me, I'd be like, get this rope up here so it can't get the rope. Mm-hmm. Well, it got the rope.
Well, I think it was also very fast. Everything, I think, might have happened too fast for him to realize that there was still part of the rope down below. And he gets pulled, and so they're trying to grab him by each arm, and like, he's yelling, don't let me go, don't let me go. In the meantime, he's still getting pulled, and he gets pulled and down the chute. And then all we see is the other two Clark grabbed the camera, and all we see is a guy bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, they go down after Bobby, and we just see a flash of Bobby being pulled through a horizontal doorway mounted in the middle of a wall. Mm-hmm. Because that whole section down there was
just
all
doesn't make
up.
sense.
Yeah, and
there's blood, a trail of blood.
Yeah, so we pretty much think that Bobby he did.
Oh, he's gone.
And
so Kat's
hysterical, flipping out at this point, and she goes running around the corner, and we hear her scream.
Yeah.
So we assume that she dead.
Well, we don't know that yet. No, she's not dead. Because
No, we assume.
well, yes, that's true.
And you know what happens when you assume.
Yeah. So Clark goes, like, looks around. Now, this part of the movie didn't really make sense because now it becomes a found footage type of movie.
Yeah, we didn't need that. It
We
just
didn't need
could have
that.
happened just like the rest of the movie did.
Yes.
But I get what they were going for
Because he still had the camera and he still wanted to get proof.
It's set up one of our parting scenes because he goes into a room that looks like there's a giant infinity pool in there.
Mm-hmm.
And he hears Kat screaming like, "Hey, I'm over here. Come and help me."
Mm-hmm.
And he just sees a big tile wall, but apparently on the other side of the wall is
It's a clear glass, yes.
And she can see him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when he takes the video camera, puts it
Puts
down,
it down.
goes up to try and figure out what's going on, and then we see something behind him pick up the video camera. So if he didn't have the video camera,
True.
they couldn't have set up that cool shot. That was
That's
a pretty
true.
cool shot
And
because
Kat
then we hear Kat go,
behind
"Clark,
you.
look behind you."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so we think, okay, well,
They're
is
both
the
main
guy
guy.
who we thought is our protagonist, is he dead?
Is he gone? So we cut now to Kat. Sorry, not Kat. We cut down now to Mary.
Well, we do see a quick flash of Mark Duplass, a guy watching a TV and watching
everything.
what just happened, and it's just very quick, and then the TV winks out. So somebody is aware of what's going on and watching this.
Yeah.
From-
He looked
from-
like
from
he was
outside.
from, yeah, like from, like a upstage somewhere with glass, like observing, like an observing.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. That's Vanessa, folks. Gotta love her.
So now we have Mary, and Mary gets a voicemail from Clark saying, "I opened the window and I went through and I won't be back."
Now, knowing that in one of our flashbacks before of Mary when she was young, she tried to open a window and her mom flipped out on her. That's how we knew mom wasn't quite.
And to go a little bit
She ain't
deeper
quite
than
right.
this, so Mary has a series of tapes in which, you know, she sells them.
Like
their
self-help
self-help tapes. And Clark
That's
was listening.
how I knew what year it was, because we saw the commercial on TV and it was get it in cassette. And I'm like, okay, we're still in the 90s.
Yeah.
here.
So at some point we hear Clark listening to these tapes, and she's talking about how in your mind you go around in circles. Basically, you're in a loop, and you're always kind of going around.
You make your own reality.
And so you have to
And in
open a
here,
window
You
and
are
get out.
God.
No. In this tape, she's talking about like opening a window and, like, you know, get out. Basically, get out of the loop and do something.
She's
different
like,
in
this
real
is
life."
going on long enough.
We'll never getting through this. So she gets the voicemail. He's saying that. So what does she do? She goes to the store.
Well, I'm sure at this point she's thinking maybe he harmed himself, because he obviously wasn't in a good place, you know, in their sessions. And then he's talking about mystery rooms and going through a wall, and I opened the window and I'm not coming back. So I think she did her ethical and probably moral duty.
No, she should have called someone, like the authorities, maybe.
Well, possibly. I mean, it was 1990. We rolled a lot different back then.
True.
You know.
And she was wearing a very 1990s blazer. Whew.
Let's critique her fashion.
Yes, please. Anyway, she parks out front of the store, and she notices that there's mail piling up at the bottom, from under the door. And she tries the door, and whoops, it's open. So in she goes. She's looking around.
Yeah.
Finally finds, the
Well,
lights were
something
blinking.
almost beckons her to it almost,
Well,
because
the
you
lights
see
were
the light from
blinking,
the
yeah.
basement blinking on and
Yeah.
off, and she's like, ooh, I'll go in the basement of this empty store.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
So here's, again, the second part where she goes downstairs. She sees a gigantic, like, dry erase board with...
Like a mapping.
What he has explored so far of the Backrooms mapped out. And I just waved my hand. I didn't hit the microphone. I'm getting better.
He is getting better.
And she sees the tape around the doorway, so she goes up to it and is like...
Well, no, a fly goes right in it.
Oh, yeah. That was a really cool thing. She sees a fly. It's like the buzzing of flies to him. And the fly goes... whoop, and flies right there. We never see that fly again.
Actually, we did.
Something bad happened to that fly. And she's like, okay. So she proceeds to put her hand through the wall. Now, she's a therapist. Like, she's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll go through
Totally
and try and
normal.
see what's going on. No.
No.
That's when you call someone. Bring everything you got. 5-0 on the scene.
Yeah.
Like, call in the scientists, call in the authorities.
Yeah.
Like,
Call
hey,
the Ghostbusters. Call someone.
I'm looking for a missing patient of mine that left this cryptic message on my answering machine, and now I put my hand through a wall.
Anyway,
I need to tell somebody about this, but she don't tell nobody about it.
She goes right through it, and she starts walking around, and seeing some things. Oh, yes.
And we did notice that the setup is slightly different. We don't see the gigantic pile of office furniture there. We still do see the POTS sign, the backward stop sign.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So she continues to walk and kind of finds...
Well, she gets to a dead end,
right,
and there's this gigantic mural on the wall, which, if you know, maybe we can find a picture of this, because it's hard to describe. It looks like a demonic Keith Haring painting.
That's right. It
if
was
you
that
know
mural.
If you know who Keith Haring is. And then she hears a voice, and she's like, who's there? And he's like, it's just me, Clark.
And Clark comes out from the corner.
Yep.
Meets her there.
He's slightly disheveled.
Yeah, you can tell that he might have not been sleeping, eating. He looks rough.
Yeah.
And she is a little afraid, which, yeah, I would too.
Yeah, and we hear this thudding again of something coming closer. And he makes a statement. She's like, what's that? And he goes, oh, it's okay. It's only me.
It's only me. But then right then, he goes behind her and puts her in a chokehold.
Yeah.
And she passes out.
And he's like, this is for your own good.
This is for your own good. Then when she comes to, she is on a chair and her arms are strapped. Mm-hmm. And there is some kind of a kitchen set up.
Yeah.
And there's a weird guy sitting to the left of her, and Clark...
So there's a guy in a wheelchair with a really distorted face. Mm-hmm. There's a very heavy-set gentleman with about 6 to 8 eyes sitting at the table.
Very
and behind
cool
him
effects.
is a woman who looks like her face is split into like 5 different vertical sections, kind of. We do see her earlier, too. Mm-hmm. Clark sees her earlier in a room with a Christmas tree in the middle.
Right.
And... she just, like, freaks out, and he freaks out, runs. Yeah. But now she's standing right behind Clark.
All these 3 characters are slightly swaying or just breathing or just there.
And
They're not really doing anything.
And they're a little blurry. A little bit. I thought the guy with the multiple eyes, his face was
I
a
think
little
it's just
blurred.
your eyes just
It could have been
trying to make sense of what you're
if you
looking
have
at.
6 eyes, let me know if your face is blurry.
So she's really dumbfounded. And Clark is there and she's asking like what's going on? Like where are we? What is this? And he tries to kind of explain that this is his new place now, and
He's like, I like it here.
Yeah.
I want to stay here.
and she asks, so who are these people?
And he starts basically explaining that this place that they're in makes copies of people who have been trapped there or wandered in there and end up trapped, I guess.
So it's like a memory
But
of the people that
they're recreating duplicates of people based on their own memories, but they're imperfect. So obviously that's how you get a guy with 6 eyes.
And I like how he explains it, and he did explain this prior during the therapy session, that this place, it's much like if you've never seen a dog and someone is trying to describe a dog to you and then now you have to draw it. So that to me made a good sense. It was like, oh yeah, I can see that. So he's explaining these people who are present, and he says they're just there. They just exist like furniture.
Well, and you get the sense when he's saying this, the way he says it, he says they can't feel anything. And he takes a kitchen knife and sticks it through the heavyset dude with 6 eyes, sticks it right into his throat, and this dude doesn't even budge.
Nope.
He even says you can eat them.
Right.
And he starts pulling the guy's stomach apart, and it looks like mashed potatoes.
Yes.
You know? But he makes a very telling comment, and it tells you a lot about his state of mind, where he goes, they can't feel anything. There's nothing there. Like you said, they're just existing. There's no pain. And that was very telling, because Clark is in a lot of pain. And he just, I think, wants to be there in the back rooms and just exist.
Yes.
And not feel anything.
Yep. So soon after, she's mortified at all of this, obviously, and she's really trying to convince him to, let her go, unstrap her. And she says, he says that he wants to stay there, and she says, just stay here then. But let me go. Like, there's nothing that and at some point he wanted to recreate the same kind of argument,
The
role
play
playing
from the previous,
Yes.
the previous session.
But this time she is not being nice about it.
Well,
She's
he flat out asks her, I want you to tell me I didn't do anything wrong. Because Clark can't take responsibility.
Right. She finally kind of lets him.
Well, they recreate the story, and he's like, I'm sorry I broke the glass. I had a long day at work, and I went to work, and I had as many beers as I damn well wanted.
And this is my house.
This is my house. I pay for it. If you don't like it, you can get out.
Yeah.
And you would think that Mary would just kind of play along because she wants to get out. But she snaps. She's like, I'm tired of this shit. And she's just like, no, you're the problem. You're pitiful. You're a victim. You're a victim of perpetual victimhood. You can't take responsibility for anything.
And I loved it. I think more therapists should be.
I think she thought, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to
Tell
go
him.
out swinging.
Yeah. So he kind of reacts in a very, I think she's right kind of way. He doesn't say it, but he finally is trying to, unstrap her.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I'll let you go.
Yeah. And so at this time she's only unstrapped one arm, and they start hearing the big heavy footsteps coming close.
Footsteps.
And
He followed in his father's footsteps.
it's this very uh big, tall, skinny version of Clark in a captain or a pirate.
In a pirate.
Yeah. But a very distorted way.
Mutated. It actually had a peg leg.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'd hear thump, click, when it was walking. Yeah, and it's like, I'm talking gigantic, like
Yes.
8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Just huge, monstrous looking with like gigantic eyes and a distorted face.
And
I
she's
thought that
horrified.
was really cool.
I thought that was amazing.
That was really cool.
She was horrified, obviously. He goes in between and says, no, 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 no. This is Mary. She's okay. She's basically, she's going to let us be. It's just the way that we're wired. And the pirate thing.
Well, he says to the Clark says to the Clark pirate thing, like, it's okay, we don't have to change. She said we don't have to change. We're good the way we are.
Mm-hmm. And we can stay here. And then this is when the pirate thing picks Clark up, and you think it's
to give him a big hug.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But
it was a big chump.
But he doesn't hug him. He hugs him and chomps him.
Yeah, he chumps him good. And this was a really great part. I wish they would have showed the entirety of it. Maybe in the uncut version they will, and I can't wait to see it if they did. But basically, he just
Backrooms too, even more back doors.
He kind of just eats him up and throws him around like a rag doll, and all we see is, Mary. She's finally completely out of the chair, and she's, got splatter blood on her face, and she starts running. She just goes.
And one of the coolest shots of the movie was when she gets out into a corridor, and the Clark monster comes out dragging Clark's body.
Yeah, like a rag doll.
Yeah, and that was really
cool.
Mm-hmm. The next couple of scenes are just basically Mary having many close calls with this thing.
Yeah.
Going through the rooms, making narrow escapes, and in the one room she goes to, it's literally like it goes from room to room to room vertically, but there's a gigantic space in the middle, and everything's around the outside of the walls, all these different rooms, and then there's a staircase going up to a little door on the ceiling. And she goes up there, pops up,
and there's another.
It looks like she's back in the basement of the furniture store. Yeah,
but she is actually in a open area where you can see like the inside of all of the apartments in a condominium.
Oh yeah.
Like if you're in the courtyard of a condominium complex, and you can kind of see all of the four sides of the condominiums. I don't know if I'm really explaining myself. Like we mentioned before, this is a very visual.
Yeah, it
movie.
Is hard to describe.
It is hard to describe, but there's another set of stairs where she's trying to go up, and now this is when she lands on what it looks like to be the basement of the store. Except it's not.
Well, and the first thing I'm thinking of is that was too easy.
Yeah.
That was too convenient.
Yeah.
So she runs back up the stairs, and it still looks like initially now that she's back in the furniture store. But then we see
The
Aborigine grass skirt Jesus.
Oh God.
And we see all these extension cords and stuff like that. And we're like, okay, she's still in it because she tries to run out and the door won't open all the way. So she's in a room now that this thing has recreated, presumably from Clark's memories, to look like the furniture store.
But then here comes the beast thing.
And here comes Monster Clark.
Yeah, and she happens to grab one of those big, like a wooden.
Well, it's a lamppost.
Coat. No.
Oh no, you're right. It was a coat hanger, coat rack. Yeah.
Coat rack, and it's like a wooden one. So she's trying to swing at it, and she actually swings at the peg leg and
that was
breaks
actually
it.
a good decision.
Yeah.
She took out the peg leg.
Yeah. So then he's now on top of her, and she happens to have
Clark Monster goes down like a $3 hooker.
God. She happens to have the concrete cement handprint that I guess she took from the demolition of the area. And she
just happened to carry it in her pocket with her.
Yeah, and she smashes...
Which is weird.
She smashes it into pieces on the...
Clark Monster's face.
Yep. But then...
Bashes him about the head and shoulders.
Mm-hmm. But then this, like, big smoke...
Well, it triggers kind of like a trap where we see these big gas cylinders... And this gas is coming out, and she's trying to get out, and she's almost like passed out when she crawls through a door. We meet the scientists. People come in with hazmat suits,
all kinds of colors,
and they pull her into another room, and there's people, and this is from her perspective, so things are fuzzy and blinking in and out. People in lab coats, other things. So we're like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what the fuck? What's going on here?
So now we see her. She is in a, looks like an interrogation room, kind of.
Yeah, you can tell it's kind of like a makeshift lab setting.
Yeah. And here comes, what's his name?
Mark Duplass's character,
As
who is Phil.
Yes, and he explains to her a little tiny bit of him and how he used to work in this scanning
a company
facility.
that made MRI machines.
Yeah. And they don't do that anymore.
We explore other dimensions now.
Yeah.
We went on from MRIs to other dimensions.
Yeah. They basically now work at all the time in this weird back rooms, and they do research on it. So basically, he's asking her questions. Oh, how did you get in here? Like, how did you get into this place? And she explains, I was at a store and I was looking for someone. And he shows her a picture. Is this the location in question? She says, yes. Who were you looking for? I was looking for someone. Was this the man? And he shows her a picture. And she doesn't want to answer. She's like, where am I? Like, what is this place?
Yeah, what's going to happen to me? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And
he doesn't really give
her a solid answer. We don't want to spoil it too much. He doesn't give her... They don't spoil it too much. And we cut away from her, and we see a shot of a chair in the middle of one of the back rooms. And we see kind of her from behind sitting in the chair. And we go around to the front, and she's got a distorted face and multiple eyes. So we feel like, okay, this
is a replica
thing has now created a replica of her. And fade to black, movie's over.
Well, not before she
gets up and dances.
No. She kind of gets to some sort of okay moment because she had asked this Phil guy, is she ever gonna get out of here? And he says, well, that really isn't up to me.
Yeah, that's not
And
my
he keeps
decision.
looking over
You
to
can
like a
tell
double
they're being
glass.
watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now she kind of she tunes him out as he's continue to talk, and she has a little bit of a content face. Because let's be honest, her life was not all that great either.
No, and when the movie ends so abruptly, initially you think, okay, what happened to Mary? But it can't be anything good because you know that she knows and they know that she knows. And they know that she might tell somebody else, so
They're
they
not gonna
don't
let it
want
go.
anybody to know what she knows because she knows that they know that she knows.
Okay.
And so they're probably never going to let her out.
No. No. So, this is our movie. Yeah.
And
What are your final thoughts before we go into
scores.
scores?
So I like that I didn't know. It's a little different now that I know that this movie is based off of previous lore, which I did not know when I saw it. So I was like, I even said to her, I'm like, so what was the point of this movie? Like, okay, it was cool, but it didn't really go anywhere. But then, knowing then what I know now, if I would have gone into the movie knowing the lore behind it, that there was previous short stories about it and stuff, I would have viewed it a lot differently. So I do now a little bit. Um, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I didn't. Again, so much hype,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think, do so many people like it because they were supposed to? And if you don't, you just don't get it. Or maybe you just didn't like it that much. And that's not where I am. I'm between there. I'm between I'm not going to like it just because I'm supposed to, and I just didn't like it. So how about you?
I love it. I really do. I want more of it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's good. So let's
Let's
do
get to our scoring. We score on a scale of 0 to 5. And we have 3 categories that we base our ratings. The first category is the plot.
So obviously I initially was going to give it a 5. And then I thought, well, this is based off of previous lore. So how original can the movie be? But then I thought, but the lore's original. So it all emanated basically from the same very original place, from the same very original people. So the plot was super original. I mean, I can't think of anything else that was even remotely close to this. So just for the plot, I am going to give it 5 out of 5 peg legs.
That shocked me. I didn't think you were going to give it a 5.
I'm full of surprises.
Mm-hmm. So,
Just wait till that chili kicks in.
I thought the plot was so original. I think there are holes in the plot that are hard to get past because we don't have the answers. And most likely there won't be any answers to some of these questions. But I think that's the point. And I think that's very unique, very original. I don't mind watching movies in which I don't have all the answers. I like a little bit of ambiguity. And yeah, I don't have to know everything. So I think I will give this a 4 out of 5 hazmat suits.
Okay.
The next category is acting and directing.
So, I think it was really. I joke about the Timu versions, but acting was really solid. Um, the directing, I appreciate anybody that tries anything different. This was certainly different. I think they pulled off exactly what they were going for. Initially, I was kind of like, I think they got to a point and were like, shit, we don't know how to end this thing. But again, researching a little bit of the lore afterwards, that was not the case. So I am going to give the acting slash directing a 4 out of 5 peg legs.
Okay. Yeah, I think the acting was very believable. I really got into the characters. There was not a whole lot of character development. However, there was, um,
There was enough.
yeah, character discovery and everything, but not a lot of growth. But there was some depth. I liked the directing. The directing is something very unique. I think this young guy also has a very bright future, and I really, really hope to see more of his work coming. And I think for that reason, I will give this a 5 out of 5 hazmat suits. Our last category is rewatchability.
So, rewatchability, and we explain it every time, and it's especially for you new viewers because we appreciate you and we love you. Um, Rewatchability is this movie was just so good, I want to watch it again. Or I missed something, or I think I missed things, or it had a lot of layers, and I want to watch it to get something else out of it. So I can give this movie very high scores for the plot and the acting and directing because I can appreciate them. I really don't care if I watch this movie again. I got out of it what I wanted to get out of it on a first viewing. Let's put it that way. Not because it was bad, but I just. I think it was very well made, very well put together, very well acted. I just didn't care for it that much. So I'm going to give it a 1. A 1 out of 5. Oop, I put an at signal because that's right below the 1 and I have big fingers.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to give it a 1 out of 5 peg legs.
So this movie, I can see myself watching it more than one time, more than twice.
She's going to have to start at 6 o'clock in the evening after I go to bed.
I'm gonna watch it probably a few times. So I want to know what I missed. I want to know, if I can catch something else. I want to know if I can understand a little bit better. I want to know everything, and I need the subtitles. You know that. If you have been watching us for a little bit, you know that I need that. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 hazmat suits.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you gave this a 14 out of 15. Wow, that might be the highest score you've ever given a movie, just about.
I've given almost a perfect score.
You gave The Black Coat's Daughter almost a perfect score,
yeah,
too, I think.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, gave it a 10 out of 15, which for a movie that I really don't want to watch again is pretty solid because to me, movies are like music. Even if I don't like it, I can appreciate if it's good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this movie just wasn't my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's the easiest way I can put it. That's the best way I can explain it. It's a good movie. It was well done. It was a very original premise. I get it, but it just wasn't my thing.
And that's okay. It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah, that's fine. It has happened once or twice.
So,
But I could be mistaken.
having said this, what time is it?
It's game time.
Okay.
Okay, so some of the theories about what the Backrooms actually are, because that's something that's never really discussed. You thought it might be alien technology.
I do believe so.
Some people think it may be an alternate dimension.
Okay.
So we are going to do a little quiz today about horror movies that deal with alternate dimensions.
Okay.
Okay?
We'll see what you got.
Okay. You better know some of these. Okay. In the film The Mist, 2007, most depressing ending ever, the terrifying creatures emerge from what? If you want all the... If you know, just let me know.
No, just tell me the
A,
choices
an
that I
ancient
got.
curse. B, a government experiment that opens a dimensional rift. C, a haunted cemetery. Or D, an alien invasion fleet.
Give me the first two again.
An ancient curse or a government experiment. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Government experiment. Because that's what happens whenever the government gets involved in anything, is it opens a portal to another dimension. Which horror film centers on explorers entering a mysterious zone called the Shimmer, where reality is altered? Okay. You want the choices? A, The Void, which is a super underrated movie. B, Event Horizon. C, Annihilation. Or D, The Endless.
Annihilation.
It's Annihilation.
Yes.
You know what? All those movies are really good. The
Yeah.
Endless was really good. We got to do The Void sometime.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie. Okay, in Event Horizon, where is the lost spaceship believed to have traveled? A, a parallel Earth. B, the center of the sun. C, a prehistoric timeline. Or D, a hellish alternate dimension. Mwah.
Parallel?
Nope. A hellish alternate dimension.
Ooh. Okay, then.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Which film features a group trapped in a hospital surrounded by cultists and creatures from another reality? A, The Void. B, Cube. C, The Descent. Or D, The Ring. Oh my god, they could make it any easier.
Okay. Give me the question again.
It's The White Claw. Which film features a group trapped in a hospital surrounded by cultists and creatures from another reality? The Void, Cube, The Descent, or The Ring?
The Void?
Yep.
Okay.
The Void. Okay. In Silent Hill 2006, the town frequently shifts into what? A, a dream world. B, an underwater realm. C, a dark, nightmarish alternate reality. Or D, a virtual simulation.
C.
Yep. Oh, okay. Which movie follows two brothers returning to a cult connected to a strange looped reality? A, The Endless. B, Us. C, Sinister. Or D, The Babadook?
The Unless.
Yes. Very good movie. Oh, what object serves as a gateway to another dimension in Hellraiser? I shouldn't even have to give you multiple choice for this.
Give me.
A cursed mirror, a puzzle box, a haunted painting, or a crystal skull?
Puzzle box. The puzzle box.
The lament configuration, to be more precise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. You won't know that. Okay, which horror movie involves a machine that appears to tear open reality and expose people to another plane of existence? I don't think you've ever seen this one. From Beyond, Poltergeist, Insidious, or Candyman? You can get it
From
by
Beyond.
Yeah, you can get it from Process of Elimination. Yeah. Great 80s horror movie starring Jeffrey Combs. Okay, last one. You're doing really well. In Insidious, what is the name of the supernatural realm accessed through astral projection?
The Further?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I asked you 9. You got, I think, 8 out of 9. So very good.
How did you guys do?
There's a lot more movies featuring alternate dimensions than I thought there would.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
That's our game.
Personal plug for that. Go see The Void. We may do that one. That is a very underrated horror movie. Very Lovecraftian, and I'm a sucker for Lovecraft.
Mm-hmm.
So anywho,
That's a movie.
thank you
That's
for
our-
watching. Thank you for listening. Check us out on all the socials. YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff.
Like and
Give
subscribe.
us a rating. Give us a subscription. We're on TikTok.
Instagram, Facebook.
Yep. Check out our TikTok videos. We started a new one where I'm doing the Creepy 3 of the week, where every week I give you 3 movies and deal with a category. I've done underrated, best found footage,
Comedy.
best horror comedy. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you agree. Tell me if you don't. Just trying to get a little interaction and get some stuff. If you guys have any recommendations, we have a couple. We will get to them.
Yes.
We are
Right now, they have been
really
so
busy.
many good.
We were going to go see the 12 o'clock movie today. And then we sat at the car dealership and we were going to see the 2 o'clock movie. And then we sat at the car dealership and had to tear ass back here in our new car for an hour and a half to go see this movie just so we could tell you what we thought of it. Because that's how much we love you guys.
Well, that's how much we love horror movies too. So
Yeah.
So, with that being said, we are out.